So in the previous class we have studied about what is wholesale trade, and we also saw the features of or what are the services provided by the wholesaler. And there are two kinds of services are provided by the wholesaler, and the services, first category is the services provided to the manufacturers that we have already discussed. Now next we have to study is about the services to the retailers. So retailers also get some benefit or some services, some facilities from the wholesalers. The important services offered by the manufacturers to the retailers are described as below. Here it is written manufacturers, but here it is supposed to be wholesalers. Okay, wholesalers to the retailers. Availability of goods. Retailers have to maintain adequate stock of varied commodities so that they can offer variety to their customers. The wholesalers make the product of the various manufacturers readily available to the retailers. This relieves the retailers of the work of collecting goods from several producers and keeping big inventory of the same. So availability of the goods. So like if you go to a shop, you will find that there are so many products are there. Yes, you know. So these products are manufactured in different parts of the country. It is not all the things like if you go to a Harayya's shop, you can see that all these products are not manufactured in Harayya. You know, all these products are manufactured all around different parts of the country. Even some products are coming from abroad. Yes, you know. But how these products are coming into this shop? It is not possible that one retail shopkeeper is there. He cannot go to every company and directly purchase the things. Yes, you know. So the wholesale shopkeepers are there. They go and they get their product from. They order the product from the different companies and they make this product available to the retailers. Okay, so they do the work of making this product available to the retailers, and they need not to keep a big stock of like imagine that if there is a company in Delhi and if there is a retail shopkeeper and he has to go to Delhi and purchase this product and come here, then 1 day or 2 days will be there. He has to go, he has to send his vehicle, and expenditure is there. And when it is not possible that every week or every time he can go and bring. So he has to, when he is going, he has to bring huge amount of product, and he has to bring it and stock it. Okay, but this work is done by the wholesalers. So they have connection with the company there. They will bring the product, they will bring in bulk quantity, and they will stock the product. And when small quantity of a product is required for the retailers, like they may require only like some 10 products or 20 products like that. So when they are in need, then they have to just order, and this product will be coming. Most of the shopkeepers are there. These wholesale shopkeepers, they bring the product, and even they give in their house, in their retail shop itself. You know, so they have the delivery services also. So when they come with the product and they ask which product is less, like if they are maintaining like 10 products of stock, normally for per week they are coming. So in a week normally they keep around 10 products are there, and out of the 10 products some 7 are already sold. Then they will keep 7 more products and fill up with the 10, and in the next week will go on like that. Okay, so such a way they get the availability of the product. So when the customers are coming, then the products will be available. Okay, so the availability of the product will be there. Then next one, marketing support. The wholesalers perform various marketing functions and provide support to the retailers. They undertake advertising and other sales promotional activities to include induce customers to purchase the goods. The retailers are benefited as it helps them in increasing the demand for various new products. So when a new product is coming, then the advertisement of this product and sales promotional techniques are there. See, like there are so many sales promotional techniques are there. See, like when you purchase like buy one get one free, it's an offer, isn't it? Or like sometimes like when you purchase a shampoo, conditioner free, you know. Or when you purchase a soap, shampoo is free. Okay. Or when you purchase a biscuit, then a bowl is free. Or sometimes you get a quantity offers are there. Like when you purchase like 100 gram of biscuit, then 20% extra. You know. Or some chocolates and all are there. When you purchase, they say that 10 gram of this one is they say 20% extra. You know. Total product is 10 gram and additional product is 2 gram. 2 gram means you cannot buy it also once. Okay, but if they show us a 20% or 25% extra, so it has a very big one. So when people consider, like when you purchase this product, there are 3 chocolates kept there, and one chocolate is normal one. In that, like 10 gram is a normal one, 5 rupees or 10 rupees chocolate. Another chocolate is there, but in that 10% extra. Then people will get excited, or they will think that so much big it is there, so we will purchase this. So it will create a curiosity to the customers, and it will increase the demand. So normally, when a shopkeeper is there, he is having the product with him. So when the product is coming, when the customer is coming, he will demand for the product, and he will purchase. So the demand of the product will automatically increase. When there is a more advertisement, more sales promotional techniques are there, then demand will increase, more demand will be. So when more demand is there, then more product can be sold and more profit will be made available to the retailer. So it is also beneficial for the wholesaler. Then next one, grant of credit. The wholesalers generally extend the credit facilities to their regular customers. This enables the retailers to manage their business with a relatively small amount of working capital. So the credit facility is provided. Most of the wholesale shopkeepers, they give credit to the retailers. So like imagine like if in the shop, now we are see like in this week we are purchasing 20 products, then we need not to pay the money on the spot. Okay, so the wholesalers will give and come and give 20 products and they will go. And this week we will keep this product with us and we will sell this product, we will get the money. Next week they will come. And at that time only we have to pay money of the last week. On the spot we need not to pay the money. So then for the shopkeeper, no any expenditure is there. So he get the product freely and he will sell it, he will get the money. That money he has to give back and out of that he will get profit also. Okay, so there is no need of keeping any much working capital is not required. If we have to purchase the product directly, then first he has to invest the money and that money has to, so first he has to make the money and invest that money and purchase the product and keep, and that product has to be there in the shop for 1 month, so that for 1 month that money will be just kept idle. But here in this credit facility is provided, so this is like when the product has been already given and the product is there freely, it is there kept in the shop. So 1 month time is there. So within that time, or any like according to the sale, how much regularity is there. So it depends on the type of product. They come in different. Like if very FMCG products are there, very fast-moving consumer goods, very fastly like a soap or bread, biscuit, or this type of products which we are regularly using. Such kind of products they may have 1 week time. Okay, and some other products maybe like a mobile phone or such type of durable products are there. So for that products they will have like a 1 month or 2-3 months time will be there. So that product will be kept in the shop, and imagine that in the first day itself the product is sold and he received the money and that money is there with him, but he has to pay this money only after one month or after 3 months. So for 3 months he can make use of this money. He can roll this money and do business with that also. So such a benefit he will get. Do you understand? So that is the credit facility offered by the wholesalers. Normally all the wholesalers are providing product in the beginning. First week they will come and give you the product freely. Then they will collect the money only next time when they come. So next time they will be coming maybe after 1 week or after 2 weeks or after 1 month, or in such a way they will be there. So next delivery, when the delivery is taking, at that time they will collect the money of the previous one. So such a way it will go. And sometimes if the shopkeeper is telling that next delivery time when it comes, then they will say that we don't have money to pay. Then they will give extend like 1 more month time or additional time will be provided. So that such a way they will get financial benefits. So if they are regular customers, if the like money is paid, if they have proper relationship, then this type of facilities are provided. Then next one, specialized knowledge. The wholesalers specialize in one line of product and know the pulse of the market. They pass on the benefit of their specialized knowledge to the retailers. They inform the retailers about the new product, their uses, quality, prices, etc. They may also advise them on the decor of the retail outlet allocation of the shelf space and demonstration of certain products. So these wholesalers, they are having direct connection with the company, and when the company is bringing new product or any type of new products are launched or any new products are there, at that time they will give all the information about the product. So these wholesalers, they get this information directly from the company because they are taking the product directly from the company. Or the company may be already in wish to, or they are going to launch a new product. So that information will be provided to the retailers earlier itself, before the product is coming to the market, before the product is launched itself. They will give information to the retailers that this company is going to bring this new product, or they will give some offers and all, especially like these medicines and all are there. So medicinal, these pharmaceutical companies and so on are there. So what they do is that they give so many offers to the retailers. Like imagine that if 100 strips of this tablet is sold, then you will get one fridge, or you will get one washing machine, or such kind of offers are provided. Isn't it? And they will also see these medical reps and all are there. They will come and they will also give offer to the doctor. So they will say that if you prescribe this medicine, then if you prescribe 100 medicine or 1000 medicine, then you will get a benefit. Okay. So if a person is coming for fever and this tablet is suitable for fever, and there are like for fever there are 10 tablets are there. So any 10 can be given. Okay, any one out of any 10 can be given. But if I am prescribing this particular tablet, then they will get more benefit. So the doctors will start prescribing. And if a person is coming and he is not having fever, only cold is there, no need of giving fever tablet, then also he will prescribe this. Because he has to achieve the target. So achieve the doctors are doing. Yes, I am telling it true. If you ask if anybody of your relatives and all are doctors, then you can ask them. Huh? They are doing this one, so most of the time we get a tablet which we are not required. Only to achieve their target, they are giving this tablet to us, and they don't know. See, like the quality of this tablet. See, like one company is giving such an offer, but that quality of the tablet may not be that much good. Okay, see, like imagine that one strip of tablet is costing 100 rupees. Okay, the manufacturing cost of this tablet is less than 10 rupees. Okay, huh? That much is there?
No, sir, I am medical shop, sir.
Not for medical shop. You asked to the company? Not in the medical shop. It just, I will tell you. Just I will tell you. Just imagine if a company is having, producing, so the MRP of this product is 100 rupees. How much you will get? 24%. This is 24 rupees. This is for retailer. Isn't it? And the doctor is prescribing, isn't it? How much he will get?
30
is 80.
Service generally.
Then listen, 30, already 54, 50 over now.
Yes.
Remaining 50 only. Then there is a wholesaler. He will take some 20 rupees.
Yes.
Then there is a company. Company also will take at least 10 rupees. No? Then there is a medical rep. He will also get some benefit.
Yes.
Then how much?
10 rupees. Yes, yes.
How much is coming?
6 rupees.
6 rupees is the manufacturing cost of this product. See? Do you understand?
Patent targeting something patent will only 24%. The doctor is not writing a patent.
Whatever is there, so on the spot, it is not. And this is not the exact measurement. There is advertisement expenditure, transportation expenditure, warehousing expenditure, packaging is there. All the costs are there. Okay. So approximately I am telling it is not exactly, may not be 10 rupees, but more or less like that, or less than 25% is the actual cost of manufacturing. I am telling that just making the tablet. Okay. So then there is a coverage to be manufactured, print of that is there. Printing cost is there, advertisement expenditure is there, and as I told you, like if such a, imagine if this one strip of tablet is provided, you are getting 24%, and they will give such an offer, like 100 packet. If you are selling, you will get some benefit. Such a kind of offers are provided to the doctors. Also, they are providing, and see like this fridge cost, fridge is provided, or washing machine is provided, or whatever things are provided. That money also has to be included in this price. They are not giving out of their pocket. They are charging this money. The fridge money is also collected from the customer, not from the company they are providing. Do you understand? So this is the way. So any type of products are there. This is not only about the medicine, about all products. Like if you are purchasing a soap powder of 100 rupees, the manufacturing cost of that product is less than 20 rupees. Okay, 20 or 25 rupees maximum, that much only. Manufacturing cost is there. So remaining cost is distributed on the way. Okay, so there is a transportation cost is there, warehousing cost is there, or like advertisement cost is there, or wholesalers are taking some cost, retailers are taking, there are agents are there, companies, representatives are there, all these expenditures are covered in that. Do you understand? So such a way the products are coming to the market. So these type of some offers are provided, some information will be provided by the wholesaler to the retailer. They will tell that if you sell this tablet, then you will get this benefit, or if you sell this much product, you will get this benefit. So the customers, and if you go to a shop and they will recommend a product, don't purchase that product. That product will not have good quality. That product is recommended because he will get achieve his target. So for that purpose, if you are going to the shop, if you imagine that you are going to purchase a mobile phone in the shop, normally if you say like there is a MI phone is there, Vivo phone is there, Oppo phone is there, Samsung is there, Nokia is there, all the brands are. But when you go to the wholesaler shop, then if you go to a mobile shop, the shopkeeper will say that this is the best phone. And they will say that this one is having this quality, that quality, all these features they will say, explain. And if you ask about Samsung, then they will say that this is not that much good, it is not working. Because the percentage of, there are 5 phones are there. So imagine that if 10,000 rupees phone is there, and Samsung is the one company, MI is there, Vivo is there, okay, now Oppo is there. Then one more is there, Realme is there one. Okay, how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 companies. Okay, imagine that Samsung is providing 20% commission, MI is providing 40% commission, Vivo is providing 50% commission, Oppo is providing 50%, Realme is providing 30%. Okay, this is the commission provider. Means that if you sell 1,000 rupees or 10,000 rupees a phone, he will get how much? 2,000. So 20%. If you sell the Samsung product, they will give 20% commission. If you sell MI product, they will give 40% commission. So which one you will recommend?
MI is MI.
You will recommend MI. Okay. The quality of the product is first quality will be this one. Second quality will be this one. Or this first quality will be this one. Second one, this one. Third one will be this. This is 4. This is the fifth quality one. But they will always recommend this one because they get. I'm not telling about the company. I'm just for example, I'm telling the quality of maybe another one will be there. But this is the way that the shopkeepers are recommending product. Because if this product is sold, he will get 40% commission. But if this product is sold, he will get only 20. So he will never recommend that. You understand? So if you go and say that I want this Samsung phone, then only they will give this one. Then also they will try to discourage you, telling that the Samsung is getting hanged in between, or sometimes the problem is there. MI is having more memory or more processor is there, and it is a better product. They will always recommend us. So they will motivate us to purchase this product. They are motivating not for our benefit, but for their benefit. So if they sell this product, they will get more profit. So that is why they are giving this kind of recommendations. Okay. The next one is about risk sharing. Okay. The wholesalers purchase in bulk and sell in relatively small quantities to the retailers. Being able to purchase merchandise in smaller quantities, retailers are in a position to avoid the risk of storage, pilferage, or obsolescence, reduction in prices, and demand fluctuation in respect of large quantities of goods that they would have to purchase in case the services of wholesalers are not available. So when there is a lot amount of risk. When imagine that if you are purchasing a product and 100 products you have purchased and kept in the shop, and only some 5 products are sold, 95 are remaining, and your in the shop got burned, then these full products will be lost. Isn't it? But imagine that if the wholesalers are there, so when the wholesalers are there, we need not to take the 100 product and keep in the shop. Only 10 products are required. For this week, we need only 10 products, so 10 products we will purchase and keep. And even if the 5 products already sold, only 5 is remaining. And if a shop is getting burned, only 5 products will be lost. 90 products will not get burned. Do you understand? So the risk is very much less. Loss will be there, but loss is not that much high. And another thing is that, imagine that a food product is there. So if you are bringing very high number of food products, then what happens if you are keeping it or the expiry date is there? So pilferage means the leakage and all. If a product is getting leakage or any it will get spoiled, or if it is brought in a can and while transporting that can may break, like achar and all is brought in like a glass box and all, or that plastic dibba and all is there. And if it is while they are transporting, sometimes the product may be getting broken, or that glass may be breaking and it will start leaking. So the seal on the top of the product, they say that if the seal is broken, then don't purchase the product. So if the seal is broken, then they cannot sell the product. So if the wholesalers are, so these products are bought by the wholesalers, and if such kind of any problems are found, then wholesalers are bearing the risk. But if there are no wholesalers, then entire risk has to be taken by the retailers. So now the retail shopkeeper, they don't have any problem, because if the product is broken, then they can give it back to the wholesaler, and the wholesaler will replace the product. Okay, so such kind of a problem is not. And imagine that if a product is brought and kept it, and 6 months is the expiry of this product, means that if from the manufacturing date 6 months this product can be sold. And if we are bringing, by the time we have brought the product already 3 months over, now we are keeping in the shop, and for 3 months the product is remaining, and after that the product is expired. When the product is expired, then we are not supposed to sell the product. If any shopkeepers are selling expired products, then if a customer is filing case against the company, the shop, then he will be caught up. Okay, so normally they are not supposed to sell the product, and when we are purchasing the product also, we should see to it that the expiry date is not over, especially regarding the medicines. So when you purchase a medicine, if that medicine is expired, it will do more harm than benefit. Like if you are drinking this syrup, fever, for like cough, so 6 months is the expiry date, and you purchase this one. So by the time it will, means normally when you drink the syrup and all, especially the cough syrups and all, are having some kind of sedatives type, so the painkiller like tablets are there. All these type of things are going to affect our brain. So if you if you are having like toothache and all, at that time they will give you some kind of painkillers. No? So those painkillers are actually what is the work of painkiller? If you eat a painkiller, what does it do is that actually we are feeling pain. Pain is there. Imagine that if our senses are working, our nervous systems are working. Like if somebody is pinching me, so there is a sense that signals are transferred through my hand, and it will reach to my head. Then only I feel pain. If the signal is not reached there, then I don't feel pain. Okay, so some people, those who are paralyzed, so those who are paralyzed, if you pinch them, they don't understand. Why? Because that nervous systems are spoiled. So such a way, painkillers are used. That is, painkillers are used on our brain, and this will block the passage of the signal. Okay, so they are actually making that path frozen. So this signal will not go to the brain, so that we will not feel the pain. Actually, pain is there. Okay, but we don't feel. So if we are continuously, regularly, that is why this, like some people, that is those who are drinking alcohol, or those who are smoking, or that tobacco and all, if they are using, when they use regularly, what happens? Their cells will be there. That sensing power will be lost. Okay, especially like the drunkards and all are there. Those who are drinking, so in the beginning, like if they are drinking 1 glass, then they are okay, no problem. But the next day, if you drink 1 glass, then it will not be okay. Okay, 1 more glass required. So such a way that requirement will be increasing. And at last he will drink, if 1 full bottle if he is drinking, then also he will not feel anything. So means his senses are lost. So the means the mental brain capacity is lost, and it will go into such a situation. Such kind of situations will be there that we will become like a mentally retarded persons, or we will lose our understanding, memory capacity will be lost. We will start forgetting things. All these type of problems will be there. So the same problems are there for these medicines also. Most of the medicines that we are eating is not going to be useful for us. Okay, instead it is like if you are eating a tablet for fever, the fever will be over, but it will give some other side effects. So many kind of side effects are there. If you ask your grandparents, they are now, see, like if you have, do you have grandparents at your home? Grandmother is there. How old is she? How old is she? 65. Yours? More than 65. Okay. So my grandfather was there. He died when he was around 97 old, 97 years of age. Okay, around up to 90, 97 he went, and he died now. Most reached up to century. Okay, and my grandmother is there at home, and she is also now she is reaching around 96, 95 like that is there, and she is still doing all the works. There is no any kind of problems. So, but now see, like we are having more problems than that, isn't it? So, do you? How many years you will live? Do you expect? Less than that, isn't it? So, we less than 60 maximum time. Earlier, people lived up to 100 years, isn't it? So, 100 years, our grandparents and their elder ones, if you ask them, they are living up to 100 years. Do you know why? Because they are eating, they are not taking any. If they are having any fever, they don't take any medicine. Isn't it? They don't go to the hospital always. They don't take any. They will take some leaves, some herbs are there that they will take, and they will eat some coffee and all. They will make some ginger and some all this. They will put and they drink, and with that they will be over. So there is no any issue. So they will leave. But if we are having, what we do is that if my son is there and he is very small. And then also, if there is small fever is there, directly we will take him to the hospital and they will give medicine and we give that medicine. Once I took my my son to a hospital and he was having loose motion. I have told her, I think, So then I took him to the hospital and they gave 5 syrups. Okay, and I brought it and I started giving, and I found that when I give one medicine, he will vomit. Again, the second medicine, and he will again vomit. So this problem was there. So I thought that I will find out which is actually he is having loose motion. But when I am giving this medicine, he will vomit. And not because he is having vomiting, but he does not want to drink the medicine, so he will vomit like that. So I thought that the loose motion has to be over, and that's why I found which is the proper medicine, or out of 5, which is the one who is to be given. And I searched in the internet about the medicine. Then I found that one syrup was for any infections are there in the stomach. For that it is given. One is for gas trouble, one is for vomiting, and one is for loose motion. One is like paracetamol, like one thing which can be given to anyone. So out of 5 are there, anyone will work. Such a way they are giving. All these are not necessary to be drunk. It is not necessary that we have to drink all these 5 syrup. If loose motion is there, so it is the duty of the doctor to find out loose motion is there, and for loose motion only medicine has to be given. All the medicines, if 10, like it is like a shooting around the bush, If that where it is, what is the exact problem that they are unable to understand, but they are giving so many medicines, and they have to increase the target, so they give all these medicines. And we are drinking these medicines or taking these medicines, it is not, giving so much amount of negative impact on us. And the vegetables that we are eating or the food that we are getting, like recently we have purchased one chili powder. And in the chili powder I found that there are so many stones, pieces of stones. So they are breaking the bricks, they are making the bricks into powder and adding into the chili powder. So we are eating these bricks pieces actually. So it is there. I have seen that the sand pieces are there. Okay. So they will, if we are giving any complaint, and the color of this one itself we can understand. It is a purely pure red color. It is not this chili powder cannot be. If you purchase 1 kilogram of chili and make it into powder, you will not get. Means it is reddish color, but not that exactly that creamy. That this type of red color is. So that color anyhow it will not come. It is little very dark red color, is no. So whatever may be the things that they are using color into that, they are using other chemicals. So those things we are taking, and like earlier when we have to make any food and all, we purchase like a chili we purchase or other things we purchase and mix it, and we used to eat or take that food. Now you get packet masala, paneer if you want to make paneer, shahi paneer if you want, then you will get that, or kadai paneer if you want, you will get the medicine of this packeted things. So we purchase that and we take it, and it is very much easy, but in that there are so many kind of preservatives are used, so many type of other chemicals are used, and these chemicals are going to create problems for us. So these are the so many type of issues are there. So we have to be careful about all these type of things. So as I told you about the risk, so the risk factor is there. So the shopkeepers are having lot amount of risk when they are purchasing this product and keeping in the stock for longer duration. But wholesalers are helping them in reducing the risk, because it is not necessary to keep all the products in their shop, or they don't. If they have to stock this product, then they need a big room and expenditure is there. So much amount of problems will be there. So, but when the normal shopkeeper, when the wholesalers are supplying this product when we are ordering the product will come, and only few quantity of product we have to keep in the stock. So there is less chance of risk. Risk is there, but the chance of risk is very much low compared to the if we are keeping the whole product, then we have more risks. Do you understand? So these are the services provided to the retailers.